I think, like, as they say, life is a game, right? Not like duck, duck, goose, or freeze tag or anything like that, but I mean that I think that we're dealt a hand of cards, and it's up to us how we play those cards. And you can practice and seek card playing wisdom from people that have been winning over the years, or you can do what I used to do, right? I'm gonna take those cards, and while I'm playing, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you my cards. And then those people that have been winning over the years try to tell me, yo, man, you should probably do this and play this hand and do this. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna play my cards. And I'm looking at the cards, and then when I lose, right, the people that I see that's been winning, I'm gonna be like, it's because y'all been cheating. That's why. Even though they've been telling me what I needed to do to win. I've learned that I've been working out for 26 years. I've learned that, just referring to cards, you can openly tell people what it is that you're doing, and they will tell you by showing you their cards that they're not willing to do it. And then when they get the result that they get mad and they'll start accusing you of stuff. You just said what you're not willing to do. You're not willing. Now, this is going into fitness now. You're not willing to eat right. You don't do no cardio because everybody telling you not to do cardio. You still drink because you glamorize it. And you're wondering why you're not seeing the results that you want. I can openly tell you I've never taken steroids, and I've never taken testosterone replacement therapy or anything like that. I never had to take TRT. When it comes to steroids, I don't know much about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say, honestly, if I was like a pro athlete, even a semi-pro athlete, probably, I'm trying to get paid more money. I done lost a step, everything that comes with that. But I work in higher education. There's really no need for me. It's not that serious, right? But also, I can only tell you what I see and what I link, the usage of steroids to these people that's out here dropping like flies, these bodybuilders. That's enough for me to be like, nah, I'm okay. I don't want anything to do with that. But also, I wouldn't even know where to get it. I wouldn't know what to take. So it's just never been a thing. I will say this though, something that people never tend to pay attention to when they accuse me of taking something, or juicing, right? I get on social media and I have pretty much every day sometimes, for over 12 years, and I'm just very honest. I done told you my struggles with alcohol, obesity, right? I think I said one time I was in the club and I got so drunk I peed on myself. How I used to be locked up in these cash advances. I will get on social media and bust what I consider a rhythmless move because I'm very secure in myself and who I'm trying to be. So if I can tell you all that stuff, that I used to go to AA meetings when I was in the military because I was an alcoholic trying to find a way to stop drinking because I was having a child, why wouldn't I tell you I was on steroids or something in the past? Because I wasn't. But it goes back to that card game though, because if you're not willing to play certain ways in order to win, because you just don't feel like doing it, you don't think it's gonna work, it's unrealistic, don't be mad when you don't see the results you want. I keep saying people will openly tell you what they're not gonna do and why, and they'll set that aside. They compartmentalize it. I'm not doing all this stuff that will help me see my results. I want the shortcut. And then when you do those things, a lot of stuff that people don't like doing, I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm not telling you to get out here on these steps. Maybe not this morning, because it's a little Cali cold. I might just do my cardio on here. But I'm not telling you to bust those 2,000 calories, to be in a calorie deficit, to lower your carbs. I'm not telling you to do none of that. I'm just telling you that's what I do. And when people see that, but they don't do those things, you're on something. But I find it hard to believe that when somebody is just, maybe you know somebody that drinks a lot, or they can't control what they eat. When you call that out, they get mad. Right? When you say, hey man, you drinking every day, it seems like you always smell like alcohol, man. You an alcoholic? Hey man, you don't know me like that. When you accuse somebody of something when it comes to bad health, man, I tell you. Now, number one on the list, Asian, when it comes to my testosterone, I can't control that. Father Time is steering the ship. So I know that there's certain things I just can't do no more. If I want to have a normal level of testosterone, I might mess that word up. Testosterone. Knowing that, I don't do certain things that's on the list. I just don't. I ain't trying to be obese or overweight. I'm not trying to be out here drinking and none of that stuff because I know the result. I know how it can impact my testosterone. I just know that. I've lived on that side of my health to where I knew, right? But I also know that there's stuff on this list that I do. Do. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting too damn old for some of this. One, if you go too low in carbs, that can mess with your libido. It can mess some stuff up, right? And if you're in too low of a deficit, a calorie deficit. Now, the perk of having more muscle, you burn more calories while rested. You know, that's just simple science, but you can go too low in the deficit. So if you too low in the calorie deficit and your carbs are too low, meaning at one point I was like too low in the deficit and my carbs was like under 20. I experienced that part of man, let's just say the most embarrassing thing as a man is when you sitting with your lady and things didn't work out and she gotta be like, well, maybe it's cause you stressed. I ain't stressed. So yeah, that happens, man. TMI, but the soldier don't stand up at attention when the CO walk in. But what I see is some people I know, they don't take care of themselves. A lot of this stuff that's on the list they have going on. And instead of changing those things, they run straight and get some TRT or something like that. Or they see people that aren't obese, that don't drink, right? That don't have some of this stuff on the list going on, then they'll accuse them of being on something. It's a weird world that we're living in. So I always say this, and it sounds like I'm being very cliche and anal about it. Fix it. Fix it, fellas. And people be like, what do you mean by that? We know what it is we supposed to be doing. You got to fix it. Not only because if you're in a relationship with your lady or whatever you got going on, I'm not in your business. I'm not judging you, but it's impacting that area. But also just in general, having more energy, having more confidence in yourself. Aging, number one, you're going to lose like 1% of muscle every year as you get older. So it's up to you to keep that stuff on. It's simple science. And a lot of the fellas, we be out here experiencing that stuff and we don't want to change because the habits, we so rooted in the habits that it's our identity and we don't want to say because we're afraid of being judged. But if you out here tired all the time and your joint ain't working because you want to keep drinking and eating bad, you got to start evaluating your life choices. Like I say, I'm very upfront on social media and I don't be caring who see these because I'm me. I don't know how to be anybody else. I got somebody I used to hang out with, man. We was in the Navy. He was a chameleon around people. We used to be around different cultures. So if we hung out with somebody else from Chicago and they would call people Joe, he would start saying that. All right, what up, Joe? Or somebody, New Orleans, and they say, Shawty? I don't know, I forget. He would be like, what up, Shawty? I just can't be anybody else, right? Because I think for me, it causes me depression and anxiety if I have to be a version of somebody around somebody in order for them to accept me, right? That just wasn't work for me. That and then being around liars. You ever be around somebody that lies so damn much that they forgot what they lied about before and you sitting there listening to them because you don't want to hurt their feelings by telling them the truth? Man, I was an astronaut back in the day. And you're like, no, you weren't. But you're like, yeah, man, I remember that. And you don't because it never happened. I'm here to tell you, I always say, you can reach out to me, but if you know me, you know you can't bullshit me. I'm not going to buy into what you're telling me if we both know the truth. Let's just stop that up front. And I can tell you exactly what I'm doing. That's why I post it. I post it so people can use it. But when it comes to that stuff, I don't mess around with that because certain things on that list I can control. And I can tell you from my personal experience, by removing the alcohol and how I eat and certain things, man, my joints working. But in general, all the consequences of having a lower level of testosterone, I don't face them. That might be something that happened as I continue to get older, but it hasn't happened. Fun fact though, I literally have like these 2 shirts that I stopped wearing them in a while because it was just like, that's anal, right? But I have a shirt that says, no, I'm not on steroids, but thank you for asking, because we associate fitness and things like that and we'll remove the good habits with you just gotta be on something. I got another one that says, fat is sweat crime. I don't wear those shirts out there like that, man, because people already don't like me.